So this is a video I'm going to make of my favorite long lines tower. And this one's my most favorite long lines tower because it was like my first favorite tower. So yeah, believe it or not, but my first favorite tower is an old tower. Now I talked to my uncle about this tower, and this tower was built in 1966. So yeah, he kind of helped with building the tower. So it was originally the cement tower built first in 1949 because steel was in short supply. And it had square antennas before the horns came out, because I think the horns came out in 1955. So yeah, and steel became replenished in 1966 as tall towers added on. Now this is actually AT&T's tallest long lines tower, and it has white only LEDs. So I discovered this tower by seeing it in the distance as I was like really little and stuff. And there was a time where me and my grandparents were going to a farm to get vegetables. And behind the long barn I seen this little tower out in the distance with these two things at the top of it. And it was really small when I seen it that time. And I was like, hey look, or no, I told my grandpa, hey look at that little tower out in the distance. And he's seen it, so yeah. And it all started, I thought it was like a little tower until in 2015 I got to see it up close. It was a really big tower. So yeah, it's a lot bigger when you see it in person. So the cement tower is 103 feet high, and the taller tower is 456 feet high. So yeah, from what my uncle had told me, because he lives like close to the tower, he said that back in 1986 he climbed to the very top of the tower to change the incandescent bulbs, and he did it again in 1988. But sadly, when the tower was shut off in 1991 because of fiber optics, its incandescents were removed. Now you guys are going to be kind of mad at this for screwing the aircraft over, but this tower was beaconless after its incandescents were taken off. Yep. In 2011 it got dial light LEDs. I think that's what it was originally. It first had old school incandescents with two sets of sign markers. And then it had, I think it was dial light LEDs that were white only. Because it had a different kind of beacon that was white only. But now it has white only FTS 370s. Now I discovered it got a different kind of white only beacon because I was on my way to my grandma's house. It was dark out, and in the distance I could see two bright lights flashing. So I noticed the lights are a little bit brighter than usual, and then next day we go to it in person. It's got FTS 370s. Now here's the tower looking from Pleasant, the road over near it. And there's the cement tower at the busted out window. So yep, there's the tower. Now this was what the tower had before it got the FTS 370s. It had that other white only type of beacon. And here's a 1980s picture of the site. Now I can't really see the old school incandescents on here, but I know it had some because in the 1980s it still had its working incandescents, but they were taken off. Alright, so here's the beacon before it got the FTS 370s. So yep, crap. So yeah, I don't know what kind of beacon this is, but if you guys know what it is, please tell me below in the comments, because I've been looking at this picture zoomed in at the top for a long time trying to figure out what beacon that is at the top. It looks like some kind of white only beacon before it got the FTS 370s. And here's the lower platforms to the tower. And you can see the waveguide cables actually going up on the horns. This is the lower set of horns that would go to a demolished cement tower. And if you just wonder what happens at one cement tower, it was taken down in 2014. Now I told the big LT about it because he sent pictures of it when it had its KG225. And I told him it was like taken down in 2014, but these horns would go to that demolished tower, and the top horns face east to a big city. Yeah, so here's the top of the tower zoomed in again, and there's the wave guides going up, and there's the guide wire attachments, and the horns, they face east. And there's that mysterious beacon, I don't know what it is, it's white only, but that's before it got the FTS 370s. Now, some of you guys haven't been watching my history of my channel and stuff like that. I've actually got this old video of me and my dad going out in that area, and I filmed this tower at night when it's got its FTS 370s. So I'll show you guys that YouTube video. So if you guys haven't seen this already, it's one of my videos. I can see a cement tower on it.
Yeah, I can't get a good night shot at it.
Okay, so yeah, that was the video of the tower I created at night. So we just happened to go in the area, and I decided to film this tower. But yep, that's when it had its FTS 370s.